Hello 2023 K-influencers! K-culture.zip, Unzip the story of Korean culture, the education VOD with Kongnuni is back! In the last episode, we explored Korean modern hanbok. We covered various stories such as the history of modern hanbok, social media and Hanryu, modern hanbok in the metaverse, and modern hanbok found in everyday life. In this video, instead of the obvious tourist spots in Korea, I would like to introduce neighborhoods that are popular with the younger generation in Korea. Are there any tourist attractions that come to mind when you think of Korea? I think many of you will think of Gangnam, Myeongdong, and Hongdae. Nowadays in Korea, places where you can feel the neutral style are gaining popularity. People usually explore and visit hotspots such as cafes, restaurants, and pop-up stores that are popular on social media. Now let me show you where hipsters visit the most in Korea, which are also places Gen Z loves. Shall we start the 2023 K-influencer cultural education VOD? Let's begin. A tour of famous restaurants in Mangwon-dong alleyways. Hongdae has been a popular hotspot loved by so-called social butterflies since the 2010s. There's also a place nearby that is becoming popular, Mangwon-dong. There are many shops along the Mangwon-dong alleys full of people's affection and love. It has become an it place for social butterflies. With the remodeling of Mangwon Market, it is now a popular alley for the younger generation. Mangwon-dong's alleyway, which has become a place for hipsters, is also called Manglidankil. There are many restaurants in Manglidankil where you can eat not only Korean food, Chinese food, and Japanese food, but also food from various countries. In addition, there are cute shops and studios, and you can see Mangwon Market, a traditional market where you can get a variety of food. Mangwon Market is a traditional market, but its facilities are modernized, so it is not only well organized, but also suitable for shopping even when it rains. After enjoying delicious food and desserts in Mangwon-dong and even taking a tour of the neat shops, why don't you relax at the nearby Han River Park before sunset? Seongsu-dong, where culture and industry coexist. Seongsu-dong, Seoul is an attractive place where culture and industry coexist and is crowded with visitors on weekdays and weekends. But did you know that Seongsu-dong was originally a semi-industrial area that led Seoul's economic growth in the 1970s and also a handmade shoe alley where handmade shoe companies were located? This place, which has led the economic growth of Seoul as a semi-industrial area since the 1960s, became a cultural street by designating a pilot project for urban regeneration in Seoul in 2014. Thanks to the young artists and entrepreneurs who transformed the area into a place of unique cafes and experimental spaces, it has emerged as a popular place for hipsters in their 20s and 30s. In Seongsu-dong, you can see red brick buildings, an old building material that retains traces of time. This was promoted with the goal of preserving and utilizing red brick buildings containing the history of Seoul's residential culture. Daerim Warehouse in Seongsu-dong, a complex cultural space, is a unique cafe that remodels red brick warehouses and factories and is famous for holding various exhibits and events and selling food and drinks. In addition, there are overseas luxury brands, car pop-up stores, and online brand showrooms throughout the alley such as Dior Seongsu, a fancy concept store run by the French luxury brand Dior. It is a very attractive space that has established itself as a mecca of fashion and culture because there are many exhibition halls, cafes, and complex cultural spaces, as well as many pop-up stores. Moreover, Seongsu-dong is continuing to develop with fashion-leading companies such as Mushinsa, Korea's largest online shop, and entertainment-related companies such as SM Entertainment, a leading K-pop agency. If you have fully felt the spirit of hipsters on the streets of Seongsu-dong, why don't you take a leisurely walk in Seoul Forest, which has a wide lawn and a well-established wetland ecological garden? Samgakji. The Samgakji area in Yongsan, Seoul has a lot of history and stories. Even before the current Gangnam was developed, Samgakji served as the road center of Seoul. If you draw a triangle around Samgakji Station on the map, you can see that it still plays a role as a transportation hub with Namyeong Station, Shin-Yongsan Station, and Itaewon Station around it. Now, the places on this map are drawing attention and are more popular than ever. Samgakji is divided into the Samgakji Station area, where there are many old stores throughout the narrow alleys, and the Shin-Yongsan area, where many new stores are located. There are many exotic interior shops around Shin-Yongsan which evoke photo taking just by walking past them. You can feel foreign vibes that cannot be easily felt in Korea through the remodeling of the buildings. You can look around the popular shops as a hotspot tour course in Yongsan-gu. There are various shops, wine bars, and bakeries that are very trendy. Complex cultural spaces where you can enjoy shopping, exhibitions, and cafes or bakeries that are hot on social media are often crowded enough to have waiting lines. The Samgakji Station area from Shin-Yongsan to Samgakji is home to famous old restaurants that exude the atmosphere of an old alley. When it comes to famous restaurants in Samgakji Station, we can't forget the nearby Daegutang Alley. This place, which was a famous restaurant among the soldiers from the Army headquarters and the Ministry of National Defense, was also selected as a Seoul Future Heritage in 2019. Why don't you go and feel the charm of Samgakji? But be careful, it's hard to get out of once you fall for its charms. Now it's Hipjiro. Urjiro Seoul quickly gained popularity with its unique retro style with the coexistence of the old and the new. Urjiro, which is lined with printing shops, lighting shops, and tool shops in its alleys, seems to fully retain the old image of Seoul. As Urjiro emerged as a place for hipsters that many young people visit, it even got the nickname Hipjiro. In Urjiro, there are many places that light up with their own uniqueness between alleyways and old buildings that are easy to pass by. There are many hotspots hidden between the alleys, so if you visit there for the first time, you have to turn on the map app and pay attention to find the place you want. While Urjiro has hip places with uniquely decorated interiors, it also has Pocha Street, which is more traditional and enjoyed by both the new and old generations, so you can make various memories. Haengridankil Suwon, walking along the old palace. The surrounding street of Hwaseong Palace, a fortress located in the middle of downtown Suwon, also known as Haengridankil, has begun to gain recognition through social media, attracting Gen Z. The restoration of Hwaseong Palace and the world's first eco-transportation festival began to revitalize Haenggungdong. The shopping malls on the street have also been remodeled, and there are many good alleys to walk, which led to the current Haengridankil we know today. Haenggungdong, which combines old palaces, modern cafes, various restaurants and workshops, create a unique atmosphere, and you can see a lively scene crowded with young people. Many people are seen walking down the street and taking photos. Hwaseong Palace night opening, which attracts 120,000 visitors every year, is also popular. Why don't you have a good time with your loved ones through the 2023 Hwaseong night opening, Moonlight Hwadam, where you can enjoy the night view of the Four Seasons at Hwaseong Palace. An exhibition based on flowers and plants from the Joseon Dynasty is waiting for you. Wow, it's already time to wrap up the 4th episode of the Cultural Education VOD. Today we've explored the hotspots in Korea. We looked into the places that have recently emerged as hotspots in Korea. Korea's unique retro style, where the old and new coexist, is well reflected in those areas. K-influencers, which Korean hotspot grabbed your attention? Is there any similarity or difference to your neighborhood? Like last time, I prepared a surprise gift for K-influencers who watched the video until the end. It's a photo topper with a kongnuni-shaped seal. Please take photos in each of the hotspots mentioned in this video and use the seal on each one as a certificate. I can't wait to see the one-of-a-kind videos of our K-influencers. I'll look forward to it. Next week, we will explore Meal for One in Korea. Then, see you next Thursday. Goodbye, K-influencers!